All right, let's do this.
All right. All right. Let's do this again. Hopefully
All
this
right.
works. All right. So where were we? We were talking about how good this game is.
Yeah, we were.
Yes, this game is really good. Like if you haven't picked up a Pokemon game, this game is really good. So did you catch anything? Did you catch anything from the Nintendo Switch press conference?
No, I've been caught up in real life stuff. I feel really bad.
All right.
So
Uh,
yes.
let's see. Let me see if I can bring up the if I can bring up like some like the talking points here so we can actually discuss it because there's a lot of things that they actually did kind of like show. Uh, no, that's not. That's what I want. I just want something that gives me like a list of like all the talking points.
Yeah.
And the good news is I'm playing Pokemon. That's something I can actually like. But that's why I say like I put my brain on neutral when I play this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, event highlights. Um. Okay.
What's up?
Okay, I think I
Yeah,
may have
going?
found some. Yeah, I may have found something. Um. Damn. Such all the news now. Okay. So here's what's going on with the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out on March 3rd, worldwide,
Okay.
at $300. It'll come with what? It'll come with the controllers, which can be attached to the sides of the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and you can use it, and they also gonna work independently as well for two players. Um,
Nice.
if you want to buy an extra pair, it's gonna cost you $80.
Jeez.
And a Pro controller is gonna cost you around $80 as well.
Wow, I didn't realize that the
It's because there's so
be going
much.
on.
It's because there's so much new tech to it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, they describe those new handles as having like 3D, like realistic, like realistic rumble, where you can actually feel like if you have like if you have like a water, you can feel it swirling around on that little controller.
Okay.
So it's like I'm assuming that this is like to give you like all this is to like justify the price you're gonna have to pay for it because of all the
Yeah.
new tech and like there's no packing game.
Yeah. Well, when's the last time we've gotten a packing game with anything?
Well like
That's not
Nintendo,
like
Nintendo
special. bundle or something, they do, you know.
Well, Nintendo actually was pretty good with it because they actually packaged the Wii with
Sports.
Wii Sports, and then they had Nintendo Land for the Wii U.
That's right, Nintendo Land. I forgot about the Nintendo Land.
Yeah. So secondly, those controllers can be used as motion control as well. So
Huh.
there's a lot going on with this thing, and I think this bottom screen has touchscreen capabilities as well.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
Right. The bottom screen is 720p, and when you attach it to the thing to actually put it on your screen, it's 1080p, and a lot of games are running at like 60 frames per second. So, well,
Huh.
first game that's getting the first game
Finally
that's
caught up with the other systems.
yeah. First game that's right out that's gonna be released side by side with the Switch is going to be Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
So, and they already showed off comparison pictures between the one it's gonna be on the Wii U and the one that's gonna be on the Switch, and it's like night and day. It's
Well,
night
because
and
it sounds like the Switch actually has power behind it versus the Wii U and stuff like that.
yeah, because like I see some of the shading they're supposed to be doing with it. It's like yeah, this is like I don't see like this. I don't see the. I don't see that that version being like the one that people are gonna get. I think more people are gonna get the Switch version.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like what's it called? The GameCube one and the GameCube and the Wii versions of Twilight Princess were pretty much identical.
Yes, they were. It
So
was totally down to what controls you preferred. I preferred the GameCube controls, which I mean, granted, I think you could plug the controller in and actually play it that way too. But I just played the GameCube version.
so one of the games that's supposed to be using those controllers in a unique way is a game called 1-2-Switch. And basically, that game is supposed to be set up where you can actually use the controllers and use the controller in different ways. In the demo they showed off at the press conference, they showed off that you can actually using those what's called the Joy-Cons. You can like do like a quick draw, and whoever draws first wins a fight. Wins like a gunfight.
Huh.
So it's gonna be like a lot of unique, and they also show off like this game where you have to eat stuff, and it tracks the motion of your mouth.
Wow. That's creepy.
Yeah, but I think that's supposed to be and that's a game that because that's supposed to be like kind of like the main idea with the Switch, that the Switch is supposed to be like it's more like a sociable system, and they want to create more social games that you can play at parties and stuff like that.
So they're still keeping kind of like the Wii spirit alive.
Pretty much. But
Alright.
so that's I don't know when that game's coming out. I think that game's within launch, meaning like within the first couple of months. They announced Splatoon 2. That is actually looking really good because they did a lot of new improvements, a lot of cool new weapons in that game. A lot of cool new weapons that I can't wait to use. They announced a new game a new game that's kind of like in that same similar vein called Arms, where you use the motion controls on the Joy-Cons to like throw your fist around.
Okay.
If it looks like you have like springs on your arm and you can like just like throw punches at the other person across the screen. It looks really cool. It's like an arena fighter, but I think it has like one-on-one aspects. It looks pretty good. And they already confirmed you can.
Fun.
They already announced that you can play that without the need of the Joy-Cons. You can play that just by playing with the Joy-Cons themselves. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. The next game they announced was a new version of Mario Kart 8 called Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay.
That
could be fun.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They added in new courses from Splatoon. A couple older courses from Mario Kart Double Dash and from the original Mario Kart. It's gonna have its own. It's gonna finally have a proper battle mode.
Oh.
And there's gonna be several new characters, including King Boo, King Boo. What's the name of that big piranha plant? Hey, Ethan Rhodes.
Not sure what the proper name for the Piranha Plant is.
So you get that, and you're gonna get and then you're gonna get the Inkling from Splatoon as a playable racer.
Nice.
So it has everything all the DLC and all the racers from the Wii U version. And you can carry two weapons at once. So there's rumor, like I think you can see that you can actually do like double dash mode in the game,
Oh.
which is really cool because I usually play Gunner, and that's so fun. That's so much fun. Let's see. They announced a new Super Mario game called Super Mario Odyssey, and it looks fan-fucking-tastic. I think basically you're like, it looks like a hub that looks like New York, and you got to go around just the different places around the world trying to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser, of course. But you're going in different places.
Well.
But the thing is, it's weird because like, for the first time, it looks like Mario is in a real world. There's no mushroom people in this world that he inhabits. It's all real people. So I'm assuming that the world, that little place where you're at, like if you see the photos, that's like your main hub of the game, and then like you go into like different parts of the world, and that's how you get to like other parts, because that's when you see the other parts. That's a little bit more the whimsical side of things.
Yeah.
But hold on. But like I said, all this is like in a centralized hub. But it looks really cool. It looks like they're emphasizing a lot on your hat abilities, because you can toss your hat around and use it as a weapon. And it seems like you can get like multiple hats that give you multiple abilities.
Well, that could be fun.
Let's see. Arms. Want to switch? Oh, here's one for you. Are you sitting down for this one?
I am.
Okay. Fire Emblem Muso.
Oh shit!
And it's coming out within this year. And I know this because next week there's going to be a direct announcing some of the characters already.
See, here's the thing with that is that, well, the later games I mean, Awakening was pretty cool, but I'm not a huge fan of Fates. But I love so many of the classics that if I can play as one of the classic characters and go Muso it up, hells yes. Let me run around as, friggin' Celise from Generations of the Holy War. Or let me run around as Hector from Part 7 or something. Oh, God, Lyn. Let me play as Lyn. I need to play as Lyn again. I freaking love Lyn. So it's a thing for me where there's certain characters that would be a lot of fun. Ephraim might be kind of fun to play. That would make me very happy. Oh, Navarre. Have to play as Navarre. Or Ira. God, I could go on a list of all my Myrmidons that I want to play as. So, hopefully they have a good mix of old school and new school characters. I mean, I'm hoping it's not just a bunch of made up characters. I mean, like, look, Hyrule Warriors was fun to play, but like half those characters were just like made up, and I was just like, well.
Some of them fit that universe. That's the good news.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So some of the stuff they're gonna put, but the thing is, Fire Emblem has so many characters in that universe that I don't think there's gonna be a need for them to make like new characters for it. And maybe one or two characters, but I don't think I think it's gonna be like totally inhibited by like older characters from like other series. I'm very sure it's gonna be everything from the original Fire Emblem, which is like what was the name of it? Dragon?
The Dragon of Darkness and the Warrior of Light or something. Like that.
So you're gonna it's gonna be those. So you can get those two for. So it's gonna be for those games. You're gonna get for that. Most likely characters from Which one's the one that Roy comes out in?
Roy is from Rekken no Ken.
Okay, so you're gonna get characters from that.
Wait, no, okay, it's Fuin no Tsurugi.
All right.
Sword of Seals.
Okay, Sword of Seals. Okay.
Or and the Sealing Sword, depending on your translation.
All right. So.
Rekken no Ken is where his father is from. That's where Hector's also. Hector and Lyn are from, and I liked Hector and Lyn. I didn't like Eliwood. Eliwood was useless.
I was gonna say
Hector and Lyn are badass.
I was gonna say, and then after that, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the sick everything. Like you're gonna put a lot of characters. It's gonna be front loaded by characters from like the
Oh, Crom and Lucina and protagonist will be showing, or Robin, I guess now's the proper name.
yeah.
Will all be showing up. I have no doubt on that. And probably a couple of the other, probably some Fates characters. I mean, like if they're in Smash Brothers, Roy, Ike, Marth, all of them are going to be in there. And
Yeah.
I like Ike, so.
But I was gonna say,
I see what I did there.
but I was gonna say, but the other character, I think, like the other characters, I think, like between Sacred Stones and like Fates, they're gonna front load it with characters from those games because I think those are like the ones that they really try to focus in America.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure everything after I think everything after Fire Emblem and Sacred Stones are gonna be it'll be in the game.
Yeah.
So,
but like again, Ephraim and Erica were pretty awesome protagonists as well. So I'd be fine for the twins showing up.
and like I said, I like and there's characters I like, and like I know you're kind of like poo poo on a lot of characters on Fire Emblem Awakening and stuff like that, but I would.
I'm not a big fan. The two newest games, I'm not the biggest fan of. I don't. Well, Fates, I have a problem with how it was handled more so than the game. Awakening, I just don't like the idea of being the Avatar character bothered me, and stuff like that. It just feels too fanficky for my taste. But again, I don't think it's I think it's a fun game. I like the generational aspects to it. I really do. That's what's one of my favorite that's one of my favorite parts of Generations of the Holy War is it's that same kind of thing where you have the different, here's this character, here's this character, here's this character, and then you put these ones together. So you put together the two Myrmidons and their children become like unstoppable badasses.
Yeah.
Or you could mix a Myrmidon with a knight and get some like secondary kind of like defensive skills that a Myrmidon wouldn't normally have. Your mages, I mean, mix and matching a couple. You have one female mage. Actually, that's all you have is one female mage. But then you have the healer and the male mage, or even going knight, depending on how you wanted the children to be. Now, the children in Generations of the Holy War were set. Each mother would have two specific kids, but the stats you could kind of give them would change up. So, like the Wind Mage. You don't he could hook up with whomever. So if you wanted, say, the female, she's an electricity mage, but if you wanted her kids to have some wind power and stuff like that, you hook her up with the Wind Mage. And the Pegasus Knight was going to have a Pegasus Knight and a Wind Mage no matter what. So if you hook her up with the Wind Mage, his son becomes a super badass Wind Mage. But if you hooked her up with, say, the Fire Mage guy, then you would get more bonuses towards fire and stuff like that. So it wasn't as customizable as Awakening, and I think Awakening's best benefit is the customization to an extent. So, but the point is, yes, we're going to get Crom, we're going to get Lucina, we're going to get a few of the other popular characters from that. We're going to get some of the popular characters from Fates. But there's at least going to be 2 or 3 from each of the previous games, I'm sure. Except for the problem with 2 is that it only has 2 main characters and everyone else is like a generic random you get to join. Most characters begin as villagers. You level them up enough, then you can class change them to like knight, mage, whatever. So from 2 is going to be the hardest one to kind of draw characters from. But from the original, you have a lot of choices from. 3 is really just kind of an expanded version of the original. But from Generations of the Holy War, you have 2 different generations to play with. Part 5, you gotta have Leaf. Leaf is totally needs to be in there. So yes, obviously I have my, I don't call it biases, but I do have my general love for Fire Emblem, and this actually would be really cool, and I am excited to hear the full process for it that they have.
Yeah, like I said, like it's coming within the year because they already have a Nintendo Direct coming up for to announce characters and show off the actual game because they didn't show off anything. But they said that this Nintendo Direct, which is going to happen this Thursday, which will be it's only going to be devoted to talking about the characters and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll know more about it this Thursday.
All right.
Let's see. Xenoblade Chronicle. They announced Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That has no announced date, but it looks really really awesome.
Yeah.
So it looks really awesome, and like those guys cannot do any wrong. Those guys who made Monolith Studios, they cannot do they cannot do anything wrong. Let's see. They announced Skyrim for it because there's a big presentation for it. Square Enix might be putting like their third Bravely Default game, but I forgot the weird name they put it.
Yeah.
It's another one of those it's another weird like weird title that they put it, and it's within the universe, but I know for a fact it's a Bravely Default game.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here's some other good news. It will not be region locked, the system.
Oh, thank you. It's one of those things that makes certain systems just a little more fun to play when you can be an import gamer and actually enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm. What else did they show off? Well, they didn't really show off much after that. They showed off a few other games, and the big reveal was that the big like ending thing was they showed off that Breath of the Wild is coming out with like as a launch title. Mario Odyssey should be within the year. Splatoon 2 is this summer. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is actually coming out in April. So it's like the following month you're actually gonna have another game to play. And then, like I said, within the year, we're gonna have within that time frame you can play Splatoon, and then most likely before the end of the year in Japan at least, you can get Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, so we'll see how long that takes to get over here.
Mm-hmm. But they also announced a few things that I don't know. Like it's like I don't know how I feel about some of this stuff that they talked about. They talked about a lot of their online. And they said that now they're gonna start doing paid online. There's no.
But everyone else is at this point. I mean, it's like even the PS4 is that way, and PS3 wasn't. But Xbox 360 was that way. Xbox One is that way.
PS4 and now.
PS4 now, yeah, not nowadays, but I mean, it was when it came out.
And here's the thing: like, there's no date yet on the pricing on this new online system.
Mm-hmm.
It will be active. Like the paid stuff will be activated within this fall, but you can still play the games online for free up until then.
See, it should be integrated immediately into the system.
Well, I guess, but and here's what they say. As part of like you buying as part of you buying that service, they give you a free virtual console game every month that rotates out every month as well.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
And you have the option to buying it as well after if you want to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So So it's like you get a game, but you have to give it away. It's gonna be surrendered back to you. It's gonna be like you're not gonna be able to have access to it anymore after that month.
But okay, that's not exactly what I thought that was, but still.
They did say though that all the new virtual console games going forward from then are gonna have online integration.
Okay.
So like the virtual console stuff will. A lot of stuff will be integrated into the system and as part of its online. So, but like I said, right now, that's their plan right now with the actual system. There's nothing just yet, and that's why it's like it looks good on paper, and they announced a lot more games. They announced a new Street Fighter 2 game for it.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, and they announced that that's like the complete version of Street Fighter 2. Yeah, it has Evil Ryu and Violent Ken in it, and it has the option of switching to like CPS2 graphics and also the HD remix stuff. And they said there's like a lot of front end, like a lot of the mechanics are like fucking changed. They're like
Oh,
changed beyond belief. Now you can like tech throws, meaning you can like stop throws before they throw you.
yeah. Okay, so that's going to change how that game plays a little bit.
And
I
I
think
love
I can
care
dig
and
it.
because Justin Wong tweeted out a long list the day afterwards of all the changes that he was able to see from this new Street Fighter 2 actually let me say the proper name. It's Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Okay, yeah, of course it is.
Ultra so everything so he tweeted out all the changes he saw with all the characters for Ultra Street Fighter 2, and it seems to be everything is in line to balance everything out. Because it was like one of those like they tried doing some balancing with HD Remix, but they didn't really like jive with a lot of the hardcore, so they went back to playing like
Yeah,
regular
I had issue with HD Remix as well, actually.
with a lot of stuff with HD. So this one promises that it's gonna be a little bit more so this one promises to be a little bit more refined with its balancing. But they haven't said like if you're gonna be able to play older versions of the characters just yet. So
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. And our favorite company in the whole world, Konami, they just announced a game for that. They announced another Bomberman game.
Oh, that's right. They own the rights to Bomberman now. Don't
Yeah,
they?
so
That's soft.
let's just hold on. Let me we'll kind of run. Hold on. Let me respond to this guy here. Da, 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 not at this moment. Sorry. We're kind of like talking about a few things. Other things I should have made it more clear on this on the description because a lot of people are just here to like get like they want to like trade stuff. I was like, oh, I kind of want to discuss. I kind of want to discuss like stuff with you with the game and stuff like that. Um, what else? What else? What else is it? What else did they show off? They showed well. They showed off a few things. They showed off like Whoa! It just froze.
What is you're still coming through loud and clear on my end?
No, my the streaming stuff. It just froze.
Yes.
No, that's fine. It's like I can get us back online. We're still live, but the thing is, it's like there's just I don't know what the hell's going on with my with the streaming software. Just
Oh, okay.
I didn't fucking save. Fuck me. I reset the fucking system again. Why is it doing this? Anyways, still kind of busy here over Canaron. I'm still fixing up things.
Yep.
It was working yesterday. I don't know why right now it's deciding not to listen to me right now. But oh yeah, Atlas also announced a new Shin Megami Tensei game. No
Hey.
no name just yet for it. But it is a proper Shin Megami Tensei game.
Oh, so you got part 5 now.
That's currently the rumor. The rumor is that it is Shin Megami Tensei 5. So they have that. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back again.
Hey.
I don't know why I did that. Anyways, now I gotta beat these people again. That's fine though. I know what I'm doing now. That's the good news. What else? What else? What else did they show? Robin, what was there anything else that they showed off at the presentation that I'm missing? If you remember, if you're still there. Well, Robin's one of our regulars here on the Secret Stage streams, but he's currently in the chat. But we were kind of back. We're kind of back and forth these last couple of days discussing with different people.
Yeah.
And you know they had some. Everyone had the kind of the same opinion of like we'll wait till like we'll wait until there's more games coming up, and that's sort of like my position right now. Yes,
yeah,
we did.
Kind of that way.
Like right now, like my main thing right now is I kind of want to wait until E3.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, go on.
The system sounds like a good step up, but I still need a bit more to entice me.
Exactly. That's where I'm at right now too, where I feel like the system needs just a little bit more. It just needs like one. It just needs one more like worthwhile game within within that release window that they promised.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's looking very good. I'm happy that they're trying to do a mix between hardcore games, like I hate using that term, but like they're more core, more core games, like more like games that we would be more inclined to play, and more games that are more sociable, that are more social games that you can play with like your family as well.
And you want that balance, honestly.
Let's see. Professor Doc says, "I'm hopeful." Oh yeah, like in that same reel of new games, they showed off Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and here's another one for you. You might actually enjoy this. Within the year, they announced this also for the United States, Disgaea 5 Ultimate.
Interesting. They've never done something like that, but I mean, they've done like Afternoon of the remakes on some of the other systems, which had like this or that update or what have you, but them to actually remake it on a regular system is kind of a surprise. I'd be kind of in for whatever other extra stuff they want to put in.
Apparently that's gonna have all the DLC up to have all the DLC up to that. Gonna have all the DLC, and there's already a collector's edition for the game, and it's gonna be like $80. And it looks kind of cool. And the first thing I was like, yo, I know who's gonna pick this up, Jared.
Yeah, I am. I do love that series.
Let me see if I can ring it up. But it looks cool. I think they said within the release window, within the first couple of months of its release. Disgaea 5 Switch. Okay, so Disgaea 5 complete. And there's already a listing here at the store for it. And it is $89.99. And it comes with the soundtrack, an artwork book, the actual game, a box, a printy keychain, to the soundtrack, and a mystery item.
Huh.
And the game itself is already gonna have all. What am I doing? That's not the link. The game itself is gonna have everything from the PS4, Disgaea 5, and all the DLC already included within the game.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that wrestler bit out the odd and is freezing the computer review too, but I'm sorry, dude. Should be working now. Yeah, it's my little subscription thing. I'm sorry there, Brianna Snow. But welcome everybody for checking us out. We're discussing things about the Switch. Is there, if anybody saw the Switch presentation, just speak up and we'll discuss about it. We discussed kind of like all the major talking points, but I'm trying to like rattle my brain as to like what other games, what other things they discussed. Because how can I forget this? Oh my god, how can I forget this? Oh, Suda 51 came out. And he announced another. He announced another project within the universe of No More Heroes.
Nice.
The problem is, the guy who's translating it. It's like Flash from fucking Zootopia, the sloth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him to translate it. And it was driving us insane. We're like, what is he saying? And this guy's like, the most bored. Why am I doing this on my live translation? Like, he's just like, yeah, we're gonna do a new game with Travis Touchdown. But you can tell like Suda is like at like all fucking years. He's like, yeah, we're gonna make this game. And it's like, but the guy's like, yeah. We're just gonna make a new game within the universe. I don't know if it's gonna be a No More Heroes game, but it's gonna be within. It's gonna have Travis Touch, and I'm like, can you be like, can you have some sort of enthusiasm, please? That's so much to ask right now. And I'm trying. It's like I'm having flashbacks right now of all the stuff they showed off. Also, one of the main producers of Yakuza was there for the producer for the Yakuza series says like Sega is looking to porting that series onto the Switch.
Oh.
Professor Doc says Translator Kun was sweating bullets trying to keep up. Let's see.
I'll say this, and honestly, I blame Project Cross Zone for this, but I actually kind of do really like the Yakuza characters are some of the more fun characters to play as. And I really do. I've only played a little bit of the Yakuza series. I think it was Yakuza 4, something like that. I played a small part of, and I really want to play more of that, just because it just seems like a fun series.
Yeah, it's a fun series. I mean, it kind of picks up the slack that with lack of Shenmue games. This whole entire world, like this, like go around Japan and fucking people up kind of game. Like it's
the thing is that to me it feels like a really good like a successor to like a beat 'em up series. Like we're never gonna get another Streets of Rage, but Yakuza kind of gives you that, fulfills that need with a much more robust fighting system due to I think it's the Virtua Fighter fighting system or something like that they have in there. Or
a
variation thereof.
It's a variation of the Virtua Fighter.
Just like Shenmue did as well, yeah.
Yeah. But I kind of see Shenmue as like not Shenmue. I kind of see Yakuza as like a spin-off of that.
It does feel like it's the same world.
Yeah.
I probably know it is.
So, yeah. So there's that. Robin says Sonic Mania. They officially did say they're gonna port it to the Switch. So, because for a while they were like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna put it to the Switch or not. But now it's like, well, it's not officially confirmed.
Yeah. I don't have any faith in any Sonic games. I don't care what anyone says. Just my faith in Sonic is broken.
Man,
it'll take a long time before that gets fixed.
Yeah, I don't like. For me, I don't know. Like, what for me, it's like that. It's just one of those things that people are bringing up right now. But let me see what else is there. Street Fighter, FIFA was announced as well. But it's like, oh my god, the guy they brought up on stage looked like he didn't want to be there. It didn't help. Yeah, it didn't help that they had the EA logo, but the whole thing was red. The whole logo was red, and like the whole like within the inner circle of the EA was like was white, and like the actual outline of the actual logo was black, and I'm like, ah, you're a little too on the nose, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, well, on the nose, aren't we with all this, aren't we? So it's like they said, yeah, we're bringing a fucking FIFA to Unite to the Switch. And I'm like, yeah, why if you can put it on a Tandy, you would put it on a fucking Tandy at this point.
Yeah, really.
As long as it has fucking Lionel Messi's face on it, yeah, they'll sell like gangbusters, or Neymar's face on it. No, Neymar's still no, actually no, it's like. Neymar is not. Neymar is with Pro Evolution Soccer, but yeah, any of those assholes, they're gonna put their face on it. It's gonna sell like gangbusters. The rest of it is more like tech stuff that we saw. Like they said that the actual system is actually going to be like micro SDs, and it can go up to 2 terabytes.
Okay, that's good.
So like it's gonna be, you can put in a 2 like right now the most you can get right now, the most gigabyte, the most you can put, the biggest size for micro SDs is 200 gigabytes. So so right now, like, so until they reach 2 gigabytes, well, it's gonna take a while for them to reach that point. But like the most you can buy, like within a reasonable like consumer price, is 200 gigs.
Which isn't bad.
Let's see. I'm trying to look over some of the stuff like anything else I'm like I may have missed, but I think that's about it. Let's see. Oh, here's one for the boss lady. They showed off. Well, of course, they would have it on here within launch. Fucking Just Dance.
Oh yeah. Winning I don't know, it was a Dance Central contest. She ended up winning, but yeah, she's always up for her dance games. I blame the DDRs.
Let's see. They announced Dragon Quest 10. They said Dragon Quest 10, 11 are coming. Yeah, I don't think eventually, but they've already ported Dragon Quest 10 to every other system at this point. So why the fuck not? Yeah. Dragon Quest 11 looks really fucking awesome. Can't wait for that. I love the fact that like one screen is going to be devoted to like a 2D game. The other ones you have the 3D aspects. I like that. Mm-hmm. And he also announced that Dragon Quest Warriors is coming. Both games are going to be in one package for the Switch.
That's kind of cool.
So they're doing that. A bunch of other games here. That's like, oh well, they've already shown off. Like we already see these on other systems, like Minecraft Story Mode. Let's see. They showed off a new Lego game, Lego Undercover, Lego Undercover 2, Shovel Knight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's coming out for everything. So.
Yeah, I know.
Binding of Isaac Afterbirth.
Oh, good, another Binding of Isaac. It'll get banned from Twitch as well.
Was it banned on Twitch?
Was it Twitch? What's the one that? Oh no, it was taken off the iTunes store or something like that.
No, I don't know what they did, but
like it was one of the stores. One of the stores took it down because it was like violence to children or whatever.
I don't remember any of that.
It was earlier last year. There was like a little controversy thing about Binding of Isaac. I don't remember who took it down. Someone took it down because they were like. It doesn't matter. It's back up everywhere.
Yeah, it's a good game. If you never played Binding of Isaac, there you go. Stardew Valley. That's on everything. Yeah, and that's about it. That's that's about pretty much everything that they announced. You know, there really isn't much left. Like the only thing the only thing that's kind of concerning right now is that a lot of the software, a lot of the hardware stuff, like the controllers and stuff like that, are just way too expensive right now for like any other for like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know like how it's gonna how it's gonna be how's it gonna play out for like for people who want to actually buy these things.
Yeah, that is definitely a concern.
So because like you know you're what is it? They said that the controllers are gonna the actual controllers are gonna be like what $80, and like to actually get
Yeah.
like the actual pro controller, it's gonna be like another 80 as well. So
And I know it's because of the, like you were saying, it's about the tech inside, but I kind of feel it's in that category where it's like, maybe we could have waited. You guys could wait a little bit longer and that technology to be a more reasonable price. But Nintendo and the console market has been hurting, so they need a winner.
and like they got like, the thing is from what I'm noticing, they're doing a lot of good. They're doing the right thing on a lot of aspects. They're actually upping a lot of their technology and stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff within it looks really cool. Like they're actually able like that how they're actually able to make how they're actually focusing on actually making the games like run smooth at 60 frames per second.
Hmm.
So that's one cool thing that's one cool aspect that they're actually doing that. But at the same time too, it's also like one of those things right now where right now it's like right now it's like everything they're doing is on the bleeding edge on the hardware aspects of it, like the actual like stuff they're actually putting into the system and the controllers and stuff like that. That's hurting. That's gonna hurt the system overall.
Hmm. I mean, like the PS3 kind of had that same kind of issue, where it was a little too advanced for its time. And it caused some problems, but eventually things kind of balanced out.
Yeah, and it balanced out at the end, and like and it actually ended up being like when people started getting caught up with it, it started getting better. But um, concerning but I mean, good news is like the good news is it's like they're not unlike the PlayStation 3. They're not saying, oh, this is gonna cost you $500 right off the bat. No, it's actually competitively priced at 300.
Oh yeah.
Like all the systems are at $300 right now. So it's like it's like and the good news, they're at least price wise they're in competition with other people. They're not gonna be like the PS4 where it's not gonna be like PS3 situation where everybody where they do all this and they're like and they have expect people to pay like $500 $600 like I did
Yeah.
because I'm a sucker for Metal Gear.
We all.
Hmm. But so far so good. I kind of want to see more from. I kind of want to see more like software. Like so far, the software looks good. The problem is, it's just like they need to show more.
Agreed.
They need to show a lot more. And I was hoping when they showed, because the rumor was that they were gonna announce another Pokemon game.
Yeah, that's been going around for a while, actually.
But the thing is, I'm very sure I know why they didn't announce it because we just got this game in November.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, everyone's loving this game. Let's keep supporting this game, and let's not get everyone going like, oh, forget this. I'm waiting for something else. You know what I would like to see? And I don't think it's going to happen because Pokemon is so tied to the handheld. But like since they've been doing the remakes, it means the Diamond and Pearl remake has got to be coming up. I wouldn't mind to even see a console version of that that's like that incorporates say things from Pokemon Coliseum. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I don't think I think they're going to keep everything's going to remain handheld because that's just kind of Pokemon's.
Yeah, that's
Its main games. It's the house.
yeah, and that was another thing I was waiting for. I was waiting for them to say something about a new Monster Hunter game because you can take the stuff with you, and you can actually take like the actual systems with you all over, like take them with you wherever you go. That's one of the things that they said that you can do because they want you to go around like sharing your experiences and play like once you switch with other people. But I am also very sure that like eventually down the road they're gonna find some way to put in stuff like to put in Monster Hunter or Pokemon to the system. But
Hmm.
there's something that I who was I talking to? I don't know if I was talking to Robin or one of my regulars that came by. But we were discussing that. Oh no, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with another person I know, another streamer on Twitter. And the thing is, one of the things that he kind of felt bad about was that Nintendo, since he saw that you can actually, take around their Switch and stuff like that, that it's not gonna have that it's not gonna have the what's it called? It's not gonna have the it's not gonna have Street Pass compatibility.
Oh.
And that's one of the things that we noticed. Like, oh yeah, that's right. There has no Street Pass on it. So it's like I will. So it would have been interesting if it had like some sort of Street Pass compatibility. But again, we don't know. We don't know if they can even if they. We don't know if that's something a hidden feature or they're not gonna or it's gonna be something that like later on they can patch in. But let's see what happens.
Hmm.
Because that's another I think another important aspect of these games like Pokemon where you have to use the Street Pass. But it's interesting that this game Sun and Moon Dawn doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It opted instead to do like an online hub for everything.
Just different.
Yeah. But so other than that, is there anything else you want to discuss about the Switch?
Not really. It's kind of cool. It seems to have captured a lot of people's imaginations, and getting a lot of people a little more hyped up for a Nintendo system for the first time in a while.
Yeah, because I mean they're doing
And
they're doing all the right things right now, in my
yeah,
opinion.
they are.
But I think like it's just like I feel like right now it's just like where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they show off a lot, but they didn't show off. They didn't show off like a lot of things. Like I'm pretty sure if it was like another company, like if it was if it was Microsoft or it'd be Sony, they would have shown you like their first within the they would have shown you their first year right there.
Yep.
They would have been like, here's everything the first year. There's like 40 games. Enjoy. But I do like the fact, like for example, you're getting a Mario game. You're getting a Mario game within the year. You're getting Zelda at launch. There's Splatoon. That's Splatoon, a new IP. It's getting a sequel in the summer. Fire Emblem. It's gonna get a Warriors game, a well deserved Warriors game. Um, and like who knows what they're gonna announce at E3.
Yeah. There's a lot of possibilities here. Definitely looking forward to seeing what ends up coming up.
Let me finish this battle. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it about everything they showed off at the press conference. It was kind of a big affair, but it's one of the things too where it's just like, well, like let's see what happens in the next couple of months.
Hmm.
You dick, stop biting me. It wants me. This guy wants me fucking dead. This guy wants me fucking dead. Oh, you sack of shit. It's fine though. You're get to take care of you right here, right now. Son of a bitch! Stop fucking flinching, you. Okay, there you go. So, is there anything else you want to discuss while we're here?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. That really does cover that. It would be kind of nice had we gotten this a little sooner, and I'm sorry for anyone, But at least this discussion is still going on. And I kind of like the fact that the discussion is still an ongoing kind of thing because there's so much speculation. And that was one of the reasons why, talking with you is a lot better and clarifying things because I've seen so much speculation and I'm like, wait, what did they actually show? Because I missed it because I had personal obligations, since I just finished up with the move. A lot of things have been crazy.
Hmm. Professor Doc says, "What are you using to emulate this?" I am not emulating this. This is actually off the system. I actually I actually put a custom firmware to actually stream that off my system. But yeah, there was a lot of speculation, and I know that I'm pretty sure you must have like glanced over things during the move that didn't make sense if you saw it from afar.
Yep.
But I think like hopefully this all clear up what's been going on. And like I said, a lot of it seems to be good, but you and me are kind of in that same opinion where it's like I need a little bit more. Like I want to get a Switch, but not within the year. Maybe with maybe what's up?
I was going to consider it probably, not that it'll be possible. I've only once succeeded at getting a system on Black Friday. I got my PS3 as a Black Friday bundle that I got when that was because I literally used what I call West Coast cheating, which is I was on the West Coast and I just went in on net at 9 o'clock as soon as stuff clicked over on some certain websites and I was able to get my PS3. And me and my friend were both on computers at the time, like refreshing until one of us successfully got in. And then he did, and I handed him my credit card. I'm like, please don't memorize this. And he put in my credit card information and ordered it. But if there was some sort of cool deal, like, oh, get the Switch with Mario Kart 8 for Black Friday or something, then I might attempt that whole, like, okay, I need 3 of us together here. Whoever has laptops, it's 9 o'clock. Keep refreshing. If one person gets it, we'll put in my credit card information and buy it. But before that point, I really do need more information, and even that is my big if. I could also arguably get it from ask for it for Christmas or something as well. But right now, it's like with the Wii. Like I was super excited about the Wii, and then when it came out, I actually did go store to store trying to find one, and it sold out so fast. And then, like at the end of the day, I was like looking over the games list, going, like, you know what? Had I bought it, all I would have had is Wii Sports because there's nothing else I want to buy for the system right now. But then as time progressed, there was a handful of Wii games I wanted, No More Heroes, Metroid Prime 3, etc. But it never, at the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I saved my money that weekend because overall the system did provide me what I wanted, and it's kind of like that's my fear with the Switch. Like with the Wii U just had nothing to impress me from the get-go. And while Hyrule Warriors and Mario Maker, I mean, there's like a handful of games, and we've streamed off your Wii U how many times now? So clearly, it's not like we're like the system sucks or anything, but it's just it never enticed me.
Yeah.
From throwaway income, I may have bought it, but I never really had throwaway income due to living in Boston and then following up with moving to California, then moving again. It's like there's no throwaway income available right now. And it's kind of at that point where with the Switch, I really want to like this system. I loved my GameCube. My Super Nintendo is hooked up to my TV back in my house in Southern California because there's no other systems hooked to that TV. I might rehook up the Dreamcast actually when I get back there again. But my systems are over here where I'm living now in Northern California, so it's like, my family house has a freaking Super Nintendo hooked up. That's how much I love that system. It's still hooked up to my TV. So yes, I really want to like this system, and I'm really having high hopes. But I'm with you. I'm not going to really adopt on this one because I just can't. I have difficulty trusting Nintendo with a console system since even the GameCube was heavily botched. As much as I enjoyed the GameCube and stuff, there was a lot of problems with the GameCube and the games and stuff. There's only so many good games on that system, and Skies of Arcadia, Soul Calibur, and and Fire Emblem and stuff like that were all really good. You know, fucking Eternal Darkness, probably my current favorite game of all time.
Yeah, for me it was
Were all great things.
for me it was like it was Wind Waker. It was
Wind Waker, yes.
Wind Waker, Wind Waker, Resident Evil 4. God damn, I love
four. Yeah, I played the hell out of 4, especially once I got the Chicago typewriter.
Yeah, that game is just that game's so much fun, especially when you start doing especially when you start breaking the game.
Yes.
And then oh, there's a lot of games like Skies Arcade, like you said. Ultimate Muscle. Oh my god, the unsung hero of wrestling games. Ultimate fucking Muscle on the game.
We need to play the Ultimate Muscle game on
Oh,
one of our streams one of these days.
Oh, I would fucking be down with it. I don't mind. Hell, even the part of
about the Kanikina Man universe, but like the Ultimate Muscle game is just so fun and stupid. I remember it was available at a con. It was Anime Expo some year, and when Bandai used to do booths there, and they had it up, and it was just me and one of my friends going like, I don't know who any of these guys are. I'm like, I don't either. I'm grabbing this guy. I'm grabbing this guy. We're just had a ball just like trying out different moves and messing around and stuff. So that game is so much fun. And you don't have to know the characters to still have a good time running around beating the hell out of each other.
No, I mean that's a great thing about like the Aki system of gameplay, where you pick up the game and you just go at it. You just like, hey, like, you don't even know, like if I handed you wrestling, but like if I handed you Cold, if I handed you WWE no WWF No Mercy, you would love that game, even if you didn't know who half these people are.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the ones I really enjoyed the most recent sad. I haven't played any recent. I mean, the most recent wrestling game I ever played was one of the WWE games for N64. I actually played 2 of them, but whatever the newest one was of the 2 was the one. I don't remember what it was now. It's been so long.
Yeah.
I didn't own an N64. My friend owned the N64, but he had, whatever the 2000s, the 1998 game and the 1999 game, or the 99 and the 2000 game, or whatever.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed those because the custom wrestler things. We started making like characters from books and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think we ended up using it also for people who just weren't in the game, but we wanted the game. Like I think Andre the Giant wasn't in the game, but we used the create a wrestler thing to create our own Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I think he made the Greek pantheon at one point. Stuff like that. It was we just nerded out with the kind of, and the creator wrestler was fairly archaic, especially compared to like today's stuff. But it was still so much fun, and I generally enjoy those games. And yeah, even if I don't even know half the roster, I can still have a lot of fun with a wrestling game if the controls are good enough.
Yeah.
And the creator wrestler part is good enough.
Oh, the creator wrestler is lacking in that one, but the wrestling, the actual fighting, it's really good.
And what actually I've heard good things about is one of the WCW games they released around like 2000, 2001, somewhere around there, is supposed to be really good too. But I don't remember what it's called. And not that I was a huge WCW fan, but I'm like, yeah, I'd be curious about playing a good WCW game from that, because it was right around that era too. Because that's they died shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
But everything I keep hearing about the 2K series has just not been hugely positive.
It gets the job done for it gets the job done for modern systems. It's not this beast of a game. Yeah. It's not this beast of a game like No Mercy or WCW and W Revenge. But
for me, like I said, even for me, like even like a story mode or something doesn't matter. I want to have a huge roster of wrestlers, and I want to be able to just play with my friends, online play smoothly if possible.
Oh, you're not gonna find that. You're not gonna find smooth gameplay. You're not gonna find smooth online with the 2K games.
Oh. That's my bigger issue. Like if people are like, oh, it doesn't have a good enough creative wrestler mode, I'm like, I don't care about that. It's like, oh, it doesn't have that great of a story. I'm like, well, none of these games do. Its online mode screwed up. No. It's like the only thing I care about.
No, it's online mode. And here's the thing: it's not
often enough to warrant, a non-offline mode. I mean, I have plenty of fighting games that I have no one to really play with, and it makes me all sad.
No, but here's the thing: it's not that it doesn't work. It's just it's broken. Literally, it's broken. You like throw a guy into if you throw a guy into a turnbuckle, and if you do it, if you press like, another button, the guy will start flying in the air.
What? Okay, so it's completely glitched to hell.
Yeah, it's not that.
Sad.
It's not really about it's not really that oh the online works, you can't get into a match or anything. No, it's literally broken. It's literally like you would be in the middle of a match and you just start flying up in the air.
Okay, so on the one hand, that really sucks. On the other hand, that'd be hilarious to stream because I think it would just be us seeing how much we can break the system.
There are these really awesome streamers. They're actually like other than my friend Sobu Ryu, these guys were like my main inspiration. They're called New Legacy Inc. They find just new ways of breaking those games every goddamn fucking year. Just
there's these guys from Finland or something like that a friend of mine really likes. That all they do is just hunt. They take games that are notoriously glitched and they just try to see how many glitches they can like achieve in the course of a stream. Like they did one for the Star Trek movie tie-in game that came out a few years back, and that one's like notorious. They're just doing that, and they're like, "Oh man, where's Spock's hands? Where's Spock's hands?" Like because like half of Spock just like didn't spawn properly. Like
I should tell you one of these stories. I was playing WWE 2K 13 once.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was like I was just randomly playing like Universe mode, which is like their like if you ever want to create like your own federation, like you want to like be the booker, if you will, and start writing your own,
that'd be a lot of fun actually,
and do your own storylines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can. That's how you do it. And my avatar
next this properly.
And my avatar, I created an avatar. He's been like all the wrestling games I ever made. Like I just made my own avatar. He's always had the same consistent gear since like 1998 when SmackDown 1 came out.
I'm sure my buddy Robbie is the same way. I'm sure he's had a few of his originals just be ongoing.
So what ended up happening was I used my guy. I was fighting David Otunga, and the match goes well, but I think he threw something into the ring. And the thing just launches into the sky, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe the collision detection's all wonky. And all of a sudden, his body starts to like extrude out of it, trying to trail off whatever the hell that flew off. So he looks like this Slender Man monster.
Oh god.
This like nightmare fueled beast of abomination of a monster that I don't know how I still don't know how I beat him. And the worst part is, after that, I couldn't do anything. The game was like, fuck you, fuck you. Turn off. You gotta reset. You gotta do a hard reset on your system now.
Yeah, that's.
The let me see. I actually put it on my Facebook once, but yeah, it was the freakiest thing that ever happened because I think that, like I said, I think the collision detection on it was like, oh. This item's supposed to be on you because he's supposed to carry it, but it's already somewhere else. So that item's already like in like Mars now or something like that.
Yeah. And then the character gets all stretched or whatever because the game's trying to say like, no, you have the item, but the item isn't here. But you have the item, but the item isn't here.
Yeah. Oh, these guys. Yeah. It's welcome to the world of glitched out fucking video games. But no, like I said, Nintendo needs some work. Going back to what we were talking about, like Nintendo needs a lot of work with a lot of their stuff. Oh my god, I found it. I fucking found it. Let me see, options, download. I'm gonna put it on our Discord here as well. But I tagged you on. Let me see. Let's see. I'm gonna tag you on Facebook. This picture, tag photo. Good. Done tagging. All right, but I'm also gonna put it here. Also gonna put it here on Discord if anybody wants to see this freaky abomination that just happened when I was. I like how it's like everyone. I like how everybody's like, "Oh, look, it's Team Skull. Look at these guys. Look at them dance." Let's see. Professor Doc says, I don't really bother the online mode. Usually I end up playing a few matches in universe mode, then I just turn it off. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because like it's like story modes are far in between with these games, so it's like
Yeah, there's only so much you can do with the story in that. I mean, basically, it's like, hey, you're a newbie. You're a jobber. Good luck.
Well, no,
Oh,
it's,
wow,
so
the crowd likes you. Now you can go on the road to being a champion.
well, they in the last couple of years they actually did something really cool where it's like in WWE 2K13 you can essentially can do the entire timeline of the Attitude Era.
Oh, awesome! So then they keep specific like matches and stuff there, or you can.
And not only that, it's like they
the
keep
initial character screw it up.
no, it's like a timeline of events like a timeline of events and like you see the videos of like all the pay-per-views and all the Raws leading up to like certain events. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. And then on WWE 2K14, they have WrestleMania Showcase, and you basically go through all the WrestleManias. You go through all the main event WrestleManias, and then you have to you have to play the setup for each WrestleMania, and then you have to play like the actual WrestleMania match.
And I assume have like specific historical things you have to try to achieve. So like
yeah, for example, if you're
to change history, I guess is the way. I guess I kind of want to say that.
Yeah, for example, if you're playing the WrestleMania 13 and you're doing Stone Cold versus Bret Hart, you have to make Stone Cold bleed, and then you have to like put him in a sharpshooter and stuff like that. So it's stuff like that.
Which is still kind of cool. I like the fact that because if you're not familiar with some of those events in the history of the franchise, you can now learn about that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'd love to just do a whole NWO takeover kind of story thing. I really did like that back in the day.
I think like the year afterwards in 2015, I believe, they did one where it was like the Hulkamania stuff. Like it went from the original like the early years in the 80s, the stuff in WCW, and then like his stuff in his 2000 run.
Oh wow. They're like, haha, it's not like Hulk Hogan's gonna like lose his credibility for a while.
Yeah.
Oh. But in the defense, I mean, he won the lawsuit.
Let's see. At least with Professor Doc says, at least with these 2K games, I usually play to relax after work. Yeah.
I would never. I'm not playing them for serious. I'm not playing them tournament or anything like that.
Nah, I would never do that. If I'm playing any of these, if I'm playing any game, period. Whether it's like Splatoon or Pokemon or Monster Hunter or anything like that, I'm playing these just to relax. Yeah. And like for example, like if like yesterday we actually had like a long fucking ass stream playing Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Like we played that thing like 8 hours last night, like hand to God. But I was like,
I think when I was playing I didn't stream that, but I played like 4 hours or so of Fallout.
Yeah, I saw you stream.
Well, I did my streams. So all my streams I try to keep them around 2 hours. I try not to go higher than that. But it was like Friday, and I was not feeling good, and I just said, "Screw it, it's 10:30," and I ended up playing till like 3:30.
Oh yeah.
It was like 10:45, and I went to like 3:25 or something like that. But I didn't stream it. I ended up just being like, not feeling good. I'm just gonna sit here and.
No, I totally get you. You don't want to soothe yourself either. But like I said, I saw you play some of it, and I'm like, yo, dude, I'm fucking proud of you, man. I'm fucking proud. Like this makes me happy.
Well, I'm having a lot of fun with that game. I really do like it. Although I do tend to spend a lot of my time just doing the side quests and avoiding the main story, because there's so many side quests to do.
Well, not just that. Like I said, you wouldn't be able to because like the game will if you're using the in-game streaming, it will lock you. It will show like a blue screen on our end. And there should be a message saying that this content cannot be streamed.
I mean, even when I was saving, a little thing pops up saying like, like you are not streaming, currently streaming or whatever. And I was like, what? And I'm like, as soon as my save is over, it's like you're streaming again. And I'm like, well, thanks for not showing my save screen, but who really cares? I know how many times you've saved. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming there's little things like that. So yeah, I'm sure if I was at a major discussion point, but I think I was streamed part of the. I came back to talk to Valentine and Piper about my kid, and I think it's still streamed, that segment of it.
Interesting.
That was like very early before I went off to go do the satellite for the Brotherhood mission, and then I went to do Trinity Tower, which was a lot of fun. Actually, like it was a lot of super mutants, but it just had a lot of fun just climbing that tower and screwing around. I like this side questing or just exploring new areas. Like last night, because I was just buying time before people got home, and I went through and I did the combat zone and just killed everyone there, and it's just not even really like a quest. It's just a little thing you can do, and then. I went and was trying to do the Freedom Trail, and I got lost because some of the streets are blown up. So I'm like, I don't know what direction to go now because I don't see the little path. And I was like, damn it, I got partway through the Freedom Trail and I can't complete the stupid Freedom Trail mission because I don't know what direction I'm supposed to go because I never walked the Freedom Trail when I actually lived there. So it's one of those, like, I'm sure I can find a thing. So I'm like, oh, once you get to this point, take a left. Okay, that's what I need to do. Because it's like, all the streets look like rubble, and then you got super mutants shooting at you. So it's like I can't just go back and forth and try to figure out which route is the right path to take. And I'm like, annoyance. So I'll eventually go back and just do the Freedom Trail just to mark all those locations on my map. But in the meantime, there's still a lot of little things to do. So much more Brotherhood stuff to do. I love doing the Brotherhood missions because I've always been Brotherhood of Steel is like they're like my homies. Since like the earlier games where I'm just like, yes, let's do this, let's get some power armor and kill stuff. So but I'll be doing more Brotherhood of Steel stuff. Maybe I'll do a stream tomorrow or Wednesday or something. We'll see what happens, and then maybe we'll end up if I can start getting the stuff to work for online D&D. And we might start streaming some Call of Cthulhu.
The thing is that I want to know if because I don't mind streaming on my end. That's the thing. I don't mind streaming on my end. And it's like, but the thing is that like I want to know if there's a way, like, for example, we can see everybody's roles and see everybody's things there. I mean, what's up?
I have a few personal methodologies I was considering, such as having everyone set up webcams over their dice trays.
I don't mind doing
it. If we're all on like some sort of on anything that has video streaming, we can then see everyone's dice tray and know exactly whatever. And then I can have a camera set up on the map if I need to show the map or whatever. And as DM, technically, you don't have to see my dice rolls. So that would be my main concern. Then would be everyone having dice. My brother has dice. I have dice, obviously, for my household.
And I did. What's up?
I don't know if Stan or Deb have dice. Deb says she does, but she doesn't know where they're at. But I would like to continue. My brother's either going to have to create another character or just take a break because his character's got long-term insanity and got extreme paranoia. So he no longer trusts anyone in the group and went off to hide in his at the university. So Professor Finley is kind of like off the table right now.
Well, did I tell you my idea of a character?
I got it told to me via, I think Scarlett told me that you want to do like a priest or something like that. Or
not a priest, but like just someone that's highly religious.
And I have my 1920s character book. It has a whole thing for religious people, both cultists and actual full religions. And there are certain spells and stuff. So, example, had you gone Catholic priest, there is a spell for exorcism.
Like it would
actually have you could be an exorcist.
It wouldn't be more. It wouldn't be that. It'd be more along the lines of like oh, he is possessed by the devil. And, I add more paranoia to the team.
Mhm.
That's how I kind of like wanted to do it. I'd be like I have a character laid out. He's a I don't know his backstory, but he'd be a Irish American, like
Okay.
first generation. So he still has like a really thick Irish accent because being with his
Yeah,
family.
about a superstition that came from living amongst the hill folk.
Hmm.
That'd be kind of fun.
So it's like
Because the team is generally multicultural, and I'm kind of surprised no one has died yet. Sanities have been beaten to hell at this point,
hmm.
but no one has died yet. I like my brother said, because I have a quest that's it's a fan made, and it is set in an asylum, and it's just like is the person crazy? Is there or there's a real dark stuff happening at the asylum? It's kind of like the theming for it. And he's like, but it requires someone to actually has to hit 0 sanity so that they can actually be sent to an asylum for this, to trigger eventually. Uh, because someone's going to play as a completely insane character in the setup.
Mm.
And I'm like, this is so much fun. And so during the game, he's like, well, I'm glad I'm losing my sanity, but I didn't expect to lose it this fast. I'm like, you have terrible rolls, dude. He kept botching all his sanity rolls. And he was like, oh, for God's sake. Like, this is hilarious for me. Because most people actually have a pretty decent success. And thankfully, most people have done saves and haven't had any, like, the worst. No one's had, like, the flip out and start killing your own friends, insanity happen yet.
So Stan hasn't rolled like 5 criticals yet.
Stan continuously botches his rolls.
Oh God!
He's like, all right, I need to shoot this thing, and you miss. You want to try a second shot for penalty? Sure, why not? I'm just gonna waste 1 shot of ammo, right? Yeah, go for it. I missed, dude. You're the worst shot ever.
But again, I think he's more better suited for Sailor Moon at this point.
Well, because it's all about getting lower rolls. So he's rolling high, which is super useful if you're playing other stuff. But everything is built on your hit and your success using your skills are based on being less than your percentage.
Yeah.
And so that screws him up a lot. Versus me, where I tend to roll low, except for when I roll like the first mission we did, and it's on the recording. There's a trap where a telekinetically controlled dagger is supposed to fly out and hit one of your people in the back so they can't dodge it. Except for I rolled a critical failure. So instead of hitting Deb's character, just thunk, it just hits in the wall next to her. I'm just like, and just next to you now, for some reason, there's a knife. You just hear a thunk noise and you just see a knife just stuck in the wall. She's like, ooh, can I keep it? I'm like, roll strength for me. Yep, you pull it out. You got the knife. Congratulations. It's just like I rolled a critical failure. That's supposed to do a lot of damage because it does like 1d4 plus 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a surprise attack, so you can't dodge it. It's one of the death traps in that house, and it just freaking failed. It's the guy's like using his telekinesis to like stab someone with a knife. It's just it's cool. I literally described it as like Inspector Clouseau of like you were looking at something, you duck down, thunk, you look up, oh, a knife. Because it's just like this perfect aim. You just move slightly, it just thunk. Fuck. Or like Stan getting his lucky rolls on one of the other death traps. I mean, there's been a lot of death. The good news is most of the death traps they've been in, they have done pretty decent rolls of survival. Deb's character got into a death trap in our most recent one where a creature like leaps out and slashes her face. And if you take too much damage, it'll one-shot you because it is designed that if it, like any kind of, for those who are familiar with pen and paper games, hitting 0 HP is not death, it's unconsciousness. You have to be negative X amount HP, depending on your character's max HP. Usually negative half your total HP to be dead. But this creature, if you're unconscious, it'll tear your heart out. That's like how it's set up. So she took just enough damage between that and then the fall that hit the ground. She took just enough damage to still be alive with like 2 or 3 HP left. But I'm like, man, had I rolled higher than that, it would have one-shotted you. And there's nothing you could have done. This isn't like, oh, you fell down some stairs, you lost your last HP, you're unconscious for a few hours. No, this is, it stabbed you in the face and then lifted you up by your eye socket and ripped your heart out and ate it. It would be one of those kind of things.
It was a very definitive kill.
Yeah, Yeah, if it knocks you unconscious, you are dead. It will eat your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And no one got knocked unconscious by it. And even when they all had their sanity thing, they actually rolled their intelligence saves. So they didn't get taken in by the illusion. That's also a one-shot kill. But her character now has this like crazy scar like across her face, like down part of her neck.
God damn.
And she's like, "Yes, I got a badass scar now." And I'm like, I like how you're the one person who's super excited about having like this crazy friggin' scar on your face.
Yeah.
Her character is like a martial artist bounty hunter. Um, she uses quote Chinese boxing end quote. God, I love the 1920s.
Oh yeah.
That is the term they used back then, folks. They didn't know that kung fu or karate. None of that meant anything. It was just, oh, people from China can do this weird kind of boxing. You know, like so.
Well, yeah, because I don't think the West was introduced to Ip Man just yet.
Mm-mm. I mean, martial arts in the United States didn't get popularized, I'd say, until
Like the 70s.
1960s, 70s with
Bruce
the
Lee.
Chopsaki films that came over, and Bruce Lee specifically, to really set. And then it slowly, as time passed, we got divided. Like, oh, this is karate, this is kung fu, this is whatever. But at the time, it's like, oh, they're doing that weird Chinese boxing stuff with all them kicks.
Yeah, that's why it's like at that time it was like again like they, I don't know. I watched Ip Man the other day. That's why I was like, oh yeah, they've never seen Ip Man yet. Donnie Yen had not come and shown him the way.
No, he had not. So her character, like, it's all the various scars and stuff she's getting. She's like, "This is awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, it's true," because you just look like more like a really seasoned bounty hunter. Like, who's gonna fuck with you when you got this huge scar across your face? I think she has some other scars on like her back and stuff that were like pre on there as part of her character creation. It's like, oh, you have to add some like scars or something like that. She's like, oh, cool. I want like someone slashed me in the back of a knife, and I'm like, all right, cool. You got this cool back scar now. So now she has like more scars, and she's like, yeah, my character's gonna go like all messed up. And she's going to try. I was considering making her lose the eye, but her rolls were defensively were good enough that I was like, losing the eye really feels like your life should have been lower than what it actually was for the damage you took. So you didn't lose your eye, unfortunately. Just look at this cool scar that goes down like your middle of your forehead, across your nose, down your mouth, down your neck a little bit. She's like, awesome. I'm like, you're the only one who would say that. Anyone else like, oh crap, my character looks like a freak now. I need to give when we level up. I also need to check the rules on what because I know facial scarring lowers your appearance stat. I got to see how much it lowers the appearance stat by, so she can adjust that. But she's like, I don't care about my appearance. I want to look tough and badass. I'm like, well, you're one step closer to that. And then Ethan's character, yeah, he got a long-term insanity, so that'll be fun. I need to get that set up with him. I'm between a few different missions, and one of the cool things I was looking up in the book on a completely unrelated thing is that I need to find the original story before I do this, but like Lovecraft did a story about like going into the dream world, and I'm like, okay, I need to go read through this book or short story, depending what it is. I think it's a novella, because I am very curious how this world plays out, because Victoria, her character, one of the abilities she has, because she's like a mystic, is dream vision. So if she can go into like a sleep trance for like 8 to 12 hours and get a small vision to help the character understand stuff or find certain clues. It requires MP and it requires time. And I said, this is a natural ability. This is the ability that you had that then your other, the spell that she knows that she began with, she has augury. And you were taught that by the monks because they found this. Her character's from India, so she was like recognized being this mystic. Like, oh, you're a mystic. You're a true Brahmin. You have mystical powers. We will raise you properly amongst these monks to teach you more about the occult and the magical world and what have you.
So this is.
I was like, what was it?
I was gonna say, so in essence, she's Doctor Strange.
Yes, except for if born in India and then raised by the monks proper.
Yes.
And I was like, you have this dream vision ability. I could technically set things up where you and the team could go into the dream world and have this whole dream world adventure. And I'm like, but I need to know how it works in the book before I try to replicate this in the game. But I'm like, dude, this could turn out to be like Dream Warriors, and that could be amazing.
Oh, that'd be great.
She still hasn't seen Nightmare 3, and I'm like, because we stopped. She wanted to watch them in order, and we watched 1 and 2 right, I think on Halloween or right before Halloween. And 2 is hilarious. We spent our entire time riffing through 2. Oh my god. Like in Nightmare 2 is terrible. It's so much fun to riff. And then watching the documentary Never Sleep Again, you find out that the actor who played the main guy was gay, the set designer was gay, and then the writer, I think, I don't think he was gay, but he like was like, yeah, I did kind of put in that gay subtext because I was just kind of bored. He's like, but I didn't think the director was gonna like go with it. I kind of put it in there as like a subtle thing. I didn't think the director was gonna take all my notes seriously, and the director did because it was a first time director, it wasn't Wes Craven, or maybe it wasn't a first time director, whatever. The director wasn't Wes Craven, so he just like, okay, I guess that's how you do a horror movie. And so it's all this gay subtext, and we're just watching through and pointing it all out. I'm like, oh my gosh, this movie is like way more like gay subtext than I ever realized. But then being told that and then rewatching it, I'm like, oh my god. Because like the set designer and the actor were like, wait a second, all this is like gay subtext. Oh, dude, let's play this up. Let's have fun with this. Because the director just wasn't that good of a director.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had a lot of fun riffing through that. I need to show her 3, excuse me. And I need to go through that story because I would love to do a Dream Warriors kind of story. And honestly, if you create the character that you're creating, I could possibly find a way that you're the one who sets all this up. It'd be like, because I've never seen anything do a Dreamscape mission. So this would have to be all original from scratch for me, which means it's going to take some time because I'm very meticulous on this kind of stuff. And even if the stuff that's module based, I modify a lot of things. Like the one we just did.
The Sailor Moon one.
Oh, the Sailor Moon one, yes. I modified a lot of things in Sailor Moon as well. And Edge of Darkness, which was the last thing we did. And in this one, I added a whole side quest they could go on within it, which they did. They took the debate on it. And I had to add that all preset because the way it's set up is you're supposed to, you get the initial clues, then you go to the farmhouse and you do farmhouse stuff. But they talk about there's a murder in town. And I set up a whole thing of like, oh yeah, you can go to the farm, talk to the farmer's, a farmer's wife disappeared. And you can talk to the farmer about it and actually explore his farm and find clues that will give you hints as to what's going on. And that's not in the module. And I'm like, but that totally should be. There should be this side quest of shit you can, because I have law enforcement people on my team. So they, of course, talk to the sheriff, and the sheriff's going to tell them, yeah, we have a missing persons case. And it's like, oh, well, we're here for a completely different reason, but this might tie in. Can we talk to the farmer? And I'm like, yeah, it's a farmer. He has 2 kids. His farm's over here. There's if you can actually do the spot hidden kind of stuff or tracking, you can find the footsteps that go towards the forest, and you can find clues and stuff in there. And I created all that extra stuff because the module itself felt a little shallow. And that's kind of how I play it. And I do that for anything. I did the same thing for D&D or whatever. I like modules because I like the safety of a module, especially if it's a campaign, because then it's less work for me, but I modify things accordingly to what I would add in. Or like the case of one of the things I want to do is there's a campaign I have called The Silver Twilight, which is a parody of the Golden Dawn. For those who have heard of that historical organization, it's a parody of them, but it takes place in America, and it basically takes you around the country. So you go to like New Orleans, you go to the Grand Canyon, you go to Hollywood, you go to, I think there's San Francisco, Chicago, and New York, and of course Boston. So it's a whole like go around the country in a circle kind of thing. There's another mission that I've been wanting to do called Dead Man Stomp, which it's voodoo at a jazz club.
Mm.
And it's like, it should be in a big city like New York or Chicago. And I'm like, or New Orleans. I'm like, if I can get you guys to New Orleans, I'm totally going to have them side quest into Dead Man Stomp because it gives me the excuse to do Dead Man Stomp. And it'd be kind of fun because, well, I think I brought up with a few people, enough people in the group don't know that they would think that was part of the campaign and then find out, oh, that has nothing to do with the campaign. You just side quested, but it's a side quest I've been wanting to do because voodoo, man, voodoo. How often do I get to play around with voodoo in this universe? And there's so many voodoo spells that I'm like, oh man, I can play around with this, man.
Just to address this chat here, sorry. Harry Beans, how you doing? I'm saying that I was listening to you because you're a fascinating person to just listen to, and he was wondering how the hell did I get up all these monsters? Why did I end up with all these monsters, these good monsters at the very beginning of the game? It's because I restarted my game. I restarted my game, and I was. It wasn't because like I was mad at the game. No, because like I had this new setup, and I was like, you know what? I want to do like a proper playthrough of Pokemon with all the streaming equipment.
With all the awesome characters and all the really good equipment early.
Yeah, it's like New Game Plus, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
I
Then,
mean, this is the sad part of seeing where you're at. I'm like, oh, we're about the same place.
the sad part, yeah, the sad,
Me.
yeah. It's like I'm in the same place, but like I'm but like you don't have, but you don't have a So Galileo on your team.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like the difference between you and me. I have a So Galileo. You don't.
Yeah.
I have a god.
Yeah, it's one of those simple things where I'm like, yeah, I like my little basic team.
And you see me like, what the fuck you been doing, man?
Like I said, I've had a lot of other distractions. I need to battle the Kahuna and get off of Melee so I can actually move on to the next island.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more stuff I have to run around and catch. I need to go to the little hill area, and I need to go get myself a Rockruff because I need a Rockruff for my team. It's really going to be a chase for me because it's not even a point of completing the game so much as a point of having 4 Pokemon I really want from a low.
You want me to breed you?
50. I may if it gets closer to like the sign up dates, which I think is like the 19th or something. The sign up dates start. I may have to go and say, Ramses, can you send me the following stuff, ideally at a high level, so I can get, because I'm not here to like I'm not trying to win. I just want to do the prerequisite like 5 battles or whatever, earn the 20 battle points or whatever you get for it, and just say that I did it. Talk about it on my Poke Monday blog and stuff like that. So I mean that's kind of where my mindset is. So I'm not a competitive type. I think the only when I went to the World Tournament, the only thing I was down about was that I didn't put together a Little Cup team. So I could have Little Cup competed a few years ago when the tournament was in Boston. But I didn't, and shrug, whatever. And it was in San Francisco last year, which unfortunately I was not up here yet. So.
But this year is actually going to be in Anaheim.
Yeah, I know. It's the joy of like, guys, seriously. I'm trying. I was just in Anaheim, you dicks.
Let's see that.
I'm looking forward to going to the Magical Kingdom. Maybe I'll make a Little Cup team and do some Little Cup and because I don't do the online status kind of stuff because like I do the friendly competitions and sometimes I can do really, really well and sometimes I just get annihilated and I'm like, what in the hell? I mean, there's win some like they had the Spooky Cup and one of the MVPs of Spooky Cup was Meowstic. And it was male Meowstic with the Prankster ability. And so what people would do is they should have a male Meowstic set up with like Thunderwave and Hypnosis and I think they had learned Dream Eater as well. And sometimes Dream Eater doesn't get helped by that. But they had like 3 status moves and like 1 attack. And the whole point was, oh, I'm just going to dump status moves on you. Either you're going to get paralyzed or you're going to be put to sleep or whatever the guy's strategy was. And it's a quick action with Prankster. So you just are seeing your guys just get statted to hell. And I'm like, oh, screw you and all your friggin' status ailments, you dick. In that moment, I'm like, man, I wish I thought about this strategy. I never even considered this as a strategy. And now I'm like, damn it. Because for me, I liked because I know Meowstic has just every status element he can put on. I think maybe the only one he can't is Freeze, but I think he gets Will-O-Wisp, he gets Hypnosis, he gets Thundershock, or can TM some of these things. And I think the only and he can poison as well. He gets Toxic or something as well. So depending on how you decided your strategy, they're just dumping status elements and like destroying me. And I'm like, man, this is pissing me off. And on the other hand, bravo on your strategy, man. I never even thought about using that as a route. I was so obsessed with my dark types and my ghosts, I totally forgot to look at the psychics on the list. And it's that kind of thing. So, and like I said, I'm not pissed off about it. It's more of a like add respect, bro. But I also realize because I'm not thinking in those different types of aspects for the competition side of this, that I just get destroyed in like a legit competition. So it's like I just don't let it bother me. I'm like, you know what? I haven't played in these little fun ones in a while. I want to get back into it. January is the Alola friendly competition. Let's do it. I just hope I can have a handful of at least 4 level 50s. And I want the evolved form of Rockruff on there because I really like what it looks like.
Which one?
I'm gonna go with the daylight version for the speed.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna get that one, get There's one. I had that one in my winning team, and there's a really good move it learns. I'm blanking on the name on it. I think it's like, it's like quick attack, but it's for rock type Pokemon.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, it's a new move, and it's really, I think it's like one of the most useful moves, especially if you can get like a super effective off it.
You can just take out because you can take out a bird really quick because they have enough physical strength. You get that quick move in, you're gonna outspeed a bird and just PAM. Birds don't have a lot of defense. I'm probably gonna keep a Toucannon on my team just because I kind of like my. It's not Toucannon yet, but when it becomes a Toucannon, it'll. I just kind of like what it looks like, and why the hell not? I'm gonna have Oliver Queen on my team, of course.
Oliver Queen.
Why would you not want to have Oliver Queen on your team? Need me some Green Arrow. And I chose that, by the way, when I saw him in its first form. I'm like, I want an adorable grass owl. And then I saw his final form, and I was like, dude, mind blown. It's like, and it's a grass ghost. I'm like, oh, snap.
It's a really good gas ghost. No, it's a really good grass ghost type. It's really interesting that he chose that type.
Yeah, I was like when I saw the design, I'm like, oh, it's probably just become pure grass. And then it was like, no, it's a double type. I'm like, oh, grass dark. It's like, no, grass ghost. I'm like, oh. And while as much as I kind of enjoyed a Trevenant, it wasn't like a huge member of my team, but I liked the concept. The grass ghost combination feels like a fun combination, and just the skills that he gets, man. I'm like, yes, let's do this. And I'm not sure who my fourth man right now is a Ori Cordio or whatever the cheerleader thing.
Yeah.
I have the cheerleader bird as my potential number 4 in the electric.
Oh, Delibird.
Cheerleader form.
Oh no,
not Delibird. The
those
you find in the meadows.
One of those dancers ones. The ones that look like
the dancer things. But the electric type of it looks like a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I want the electric flying, because the one thing is like Emolga was actually, if it had better stats, would have been a really good Pokemon to have in your team as the electric flying type. And during the electric competition, Emolgas were kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Because obviously, unlike all the other electric types, you couldn't just Earthquake shot them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what that ended up becoming. Anyone who had Earthquake used Earthquake, and that was how that tournament
Okay, here's the thing. The name of the move is Accelerock.
Accelerock, okay.
And the only way you can get an Accelerock is through it has to evolve. So when it finally evolves at level 25, that's one of the first. It will learn Accelerock as it evolves, and that's one of the move. And that's Lycanrock's like day form. That's its like signature attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the move I'm telling you. It's a really good move to have. So like if you can get like a first attack, if you can get like a first hit to a flying type, any flying type, especially a flying electric type. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, they are fucked, and there's no way they can't do shit against you.
It's that one thing where I'm like, I kind of like this, and I think there's a lot of potential for this Pokemon, but at the same time, I'd like to replace it with something better. Like I said, I'm early in the game. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to push. I need to push faster because I have a limited amount of time. Leveling's not an issue. I mean, most of my Pokemon are in their high teens right now, and I can get to 50 with very little trouble. It's more of the point of who do I need in that 4th man slot? Because the evolved form of Rockruff, the evolved form of my Pick-a-Peck, and obviously the evolved form of my Rowlet are all going to be pretty badass and fun to play with. I need that 4th man slot. I'd like a Dark type or a Psychic or something like that. And obviously, you can't use the legendaries, and you can't use the totems or anything like that, which are technically legendaries as well. So.
No, totems like totems are regular Pokemon.
Oh, I meant like Tuku Nuku or whatever. Those guys.
Those are legendaries.
Yeah. So you can't use any of the legendaries in the tournament, I believe. I know there's a few other things you can't use, but for the most part, it's the Alolas, not the Alola forms, but the legit like new Dex Alolas.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this should be kind of fun just to see what combinations people are going with, and just as an excuse to kind of try different things out that I'd probably never use otherwise.
Not just that. It's like I want to know how the meta is right now.
I'm very curious myself, actually.
Because I'm like, what moves are people putting into these monsters? That's what I'm curious right now. Brett Mayer 2002 says hi. What's up?
Yeah, just talking about Pokemon tournaments.
Yeah, we're talking
the
about
friendly, happy types.
Yeah, not the ones that cause a lot of stress.
Yeah, not the major competitions where we end up like going bald at the age of 22. These are the like just, hey, I'm gonna do the friendly. I'll get like a bonus Pokemon or a knickknack or what have you.
Yeah,
I'm sure that sooner or later they'll have the get the Pikachu that has Volt Tackle or whatever and a Light Ball, and I'm like, yay, my Light Ball Pikachu finally.
well the thing is,
crap, I don't use Pikachu's or Raichus for that matter.
well the thing is too, it's like where's because apparently you can't when the Pokemon Bank goes live.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot transfer like Pokemon that have special conditions.
Yeah. Well, that's the way of certain things. I mean, like in Heart Gold, you could get the Pikachu with the weird ear, or the Pichu with the messed up ear.
Yeah.
As part of an event, and that can't transfer to anything else. That can only be in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Well, not just that. It's like, for example, it's because a lot of people are speculating because of that you can't transfer over because you can't get a Pokemon that knows Surf. You can't get the Pikachu that knows Surf onto the game.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's going to be things like that, but I'm sure there's going to be some sort of. They always do it. Every generation they're going to get some sort of special Pikachu. We did last generation. We did generation before that. It's always there's a friendly tournament. It'll be an electrical tournament more than likely, and then the prize will be Pikachu, some sort of special bonus to it, plus Light Ball. And like I said, I don't care. I don't give a crap about Volt Tackle, and I don't give a crap about Pikachu or its evolutionary line. Though I do kind of like the Island Raichu, so maybe I'll use that in the.
It's a psychic type.
Yeah, I kind of like its design and I like its typing change. I might actually use that in the electric competition when that happens. Usually that's around, I want to say May, June-ish. So I'm sure they'll do it again around May, June-ish this year. I remember the first time I entered that for Gen 6 and I ended up, well, I had a severe migraine. And I was like, I could do a match, and then I threw up, and then I did a match, and I threw up. It was fun. Do not recommend. Actually, that was like August, because that was right when they were doing the World Tournament. And so, assuming if they keep it around the same, it'll be this summer at some point. They'll do the Electric Tournament again, and I can get a Light Ball Pikachu that has some sort of unique skill. But yeah, we're going to see what can transfer over for the bank. I'm really curious about that.
Well, here's the thing. The rumor is right now there's like you said it was going to be a Alolan, right? The next tournament.
Yeah, the one for this month. Yeah.
I don't remember hearing that. I remember hearing that it's going to be an all decks anything goes tournament.
And well, the current, like I said, the current one for this month is the Alola friendly for the going through the Pokemon Global Link web zone. You can sign up for that, and that's kind of the thing that's the ones I like the monthly no stress competitions. I like those where it's like, oh, I did my 5 battles, my end score was 3-2, whatever, I got the knickknack. And then they give away a lot of different knickknacks. Sometimes it's a legendary Pokemon. Usually it's like a hidden ability Pokemon, or even sometimes it's just an item. There's been times like that where it's like, oh, if you do this tournament, you get the, such as the Grisius Orb, or so you get the Grisius Orb, the Luminous Orb, and the Adamant Orb. You'll get the 3 orbs, and that was kind of how they gave those away in one generation. It was Generation 5 or something like that. It was one of the easier ways to get those 3 orbs for the Gen 4 legendaries.
Oh god, yeah, I have all the legendaries now.
I got so much random stuff that's gonna transferring it all over is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that's the one that they have planned for right now. And I like I said, I like these friendly little things set up through the global link because it's just, hey, do this, see how people for funsies are doing it. It's really weird who random you'll get because sometimes you get people who clearly are not prepared and they're just in this because they want the prize or just because they're some little kid who's like, oh, I can join this. This will be funsies, and I'm like, oh man, your record's gonna be crap. I'm so sorry, kiddo. But like I'm not going to have enough time to EV raise things properly, or even I definitely not IV breed at all. So, I'm just going to deal with the hand I got just to do it, just to say screw it, I did it. And then whatever. See how it all turns out. What time is it?
10:42.
10:42. Okay, well then I should probably be heading out pretty soon.
Yeah, I think
we need to do a proper ramble on. Although this has been kind of fun talking about the Switch and talking about Pokemon and pen and paper RPGs, but we do need to do a proper like ramble on while playing Streets of Rage or something like that.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I said, like it's a new year. I'm already gonna set up a new schedule, and like I said, things are very different here at Secret Stage now. Like I said, like you're seeing one of the big differences as we speak. So it's
having the 3DS, having your 3DS up is really kind of cool, and we're gonna have some fun.
And I'm really happy. It's like people have been turning out. A lot of people turned out. You seriously, you would have been proud if you were there last night. I think we had people rotate in and out for Monster Hunter. It was so much fun. It was really so much fun. But yeah, I think
the thing is, like, I'm almost tempted to grab Monster Hunter just so I can link in, play co-op with you in the game, and so we can stream.
You know what?
You stream your system with us playing co-op.
You know what? I don't mind. I don't fucking mind because let me tell you why.
Yeah.
There are people who were carrying us, and we had so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a matter of like.
Well, the thing is, because if I get the game, you're just gonna be carrying me along.
Yeah, but
I'm here too, guys.
No, but here's the funny thing. It's like I said. Like even if you can't believe how cool the Monster Hunter community is. Because like I said, we had guys that were helping my guys. So I had one of our guys, Morgan. We were kind of at the same level, but they helped us out so much, and we learned so much from them. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like even if you have a crap even if you start off like at like HR1, you're coming in fresh off the, you're coming in fresh with a fresh game and everything.
Yeah.
There'll be people there that will gladly there to help you, and we can like just shoot the shit while we're getting like items and stuff like that. That is absolutely no problem whatsoever.
See, I like that. That's pretty cool.
And it was one of the cool things from yesterday. So it's like if you ever do decide I'm actually gonna put this in stone, where I'm gonna actually put a day. I'm gonna put a day where I'm gonna play Pokemon and then play Monster Hunter. I'm gonna call it Monster Night. And the basic idea is like I want to have a night where we play Pokemon, but I want to organize mini tournaments. And I have the greatest idea for the fucking mini tournaments. I'm gonna call it the Secret Stage Classic. El Clásico Secret Stageo.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 Pokemon. You get them on a Wonder, and you trade them off into Wonder Trade. Whatever you get, you're stuck with those 3, and you can whatever 3 Pokemon you get, those are the 3 you're gonna fight with. And if you so choose, you can put in 1 TM move on each of those Pokemon. So if you think like, okay, maybe I can put this one just to give it a little bit of an advantage, that's fine. But you have to capture 3, no matter what they are, and you're gonna fight. And it's like and you're gonna keep at it, and even if you win or lose, if you go to the next round, you need to send those out and get 3 new Pokemon.
Oh, see, I think the only problem I would have with that is if I got something like really really good. I'm like, dude, I can't. I need to keep this.
If you like, we'll make it.
Wonder traded for a shiny, Pelipper or something. Like I need to keep this shiny.
Well,
Pelipper.
I got randomly. Some guy randomly gave me a type no.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it's like it's not out of the realm of possibilities you get like an Ultra Beast randomly from the Wonder Trade. So like again,
I need to start wonder. I have a few fodder guys in here. I need to start wonder trading, but I'm not quite sure how the wonder trade system works in this. How does it have? Hold on, I already have my game. Oh, and I turned my system off. I'm like, because I need to charge.
I mean, it's just you go to the plaza. You go to the
the plaza.
You go to the festival plaza, and there will be when it says their trade, it will give you the option of wonder trade, and that's where you do it.
Okay.
It's fairly.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's idiot proof.
I haven't messed around with the plaza too much, but I'm like, because I kind of caught a spare Magnemite and stuff like that. That I'm like, you know what? I should just wonder trade this off because even if I get something stupid, like that's still half the fun.
Yeah, but that's the idea. Okay, on the rare occasion if it's a Pokemon you don't have your Pokedex, or like someone like for example me, I'll look at it and be like, okay, you can keep it, but you cannot. But you have to like get another Pokemon. We have
be the fodder to trade
for Wonder Trade.
Yeah.
Well like if so, it's like that's fine. But like I said, like it has to be 3 randomized Pokemon, no matter what. All throughout the tournament, you're gonna have to keep on randomizing it.
Oh, it's gonna be great because like half of us are gonna have like level 1 Pokemon. It's gonna be great. It's like, haha, I have a level 19, a level 1, and a level 5. What do you have, Ramses? Level 1, and level 1. All right, let's do this. Oh, my level 19 Rattata beat your entire team. What a shock. I just hyper-fanged the way through all of you. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, not only that, I need to get some...
You know, it'd actually be kind of cool to do. I don't think they have the item anymore, but in the older games where you could buy the stationery and you can put like a little note on your Pokemon to actually get like little notes and just put, secret stage dot, twitch.tv/secret stage or something like that.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Promote this, but I don't think they have the stationary item anymore. They had that in 4, and I think they had it in Gen 5, and I think since then they haven't had the stationary as an option. But I like because I never really used it in those games. I think I did it once, but it was just like Happy Birthday or something. Like my brother. Or something he wanted.
I think they forced you at one point to do something with it, like before you can advance with the story. But no, but that'd be cool. That'd be great. But I don't know if that's in there. That's a good question.
Because otherwise, there's no way for us to. Because it'd be kind of fun to promote Secret Stage that way. We're like, oh, cool! I actually wonder trade and I got the Secret Stage thing, and what's going on in Secret Stage right now? And then they check it out and they see the tournament, like, oh, I wonder trade. So you used that in the previous. So cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna write up these rules for the. I'm gonna write up these rules for El Clásico Secret Stageo. And like basically we'll have like a 1-night tournament, like get as many people as we can. We set them set them on there, and like you have to obey to the rules.
Set up a room. Yeah.
And then spend the rest of
a battle room or whatever.
Yeah, just and like we'll just do that, and then like I said, I want to also do like Monster Hunter as well. Now that I got this all working, so. But like I said, let's step by step, like it's like within the week. I kind of want to like start forming it up. I also want to start.
No, I'm super in for this. This is amazing.
And because the thing is, also like I'm gonna start because they just announced Splatoon 2. I'm gonna bring back Splatoon nights as well.
Okay.
So because a lot of people
keep me updated with the list, and I'll jump in, either verbally or in game for the games I can, when I can, and I'll do my Fallout streams or whatever. Whenever you're like, hey, dude, it's Tuesday. Not Tuesday. It's Tuesday tomorrow, but I mean technically it could be Tuesday, but.
Just give me a heads up instead. Just like say, hey, Ramses, I'm going to stream on Facebook.
Well, if I know your general schedule, then I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday. Ramses is doing Splatoon, so I'm not going to worry about streaming tonight.
Okay.
But, if I know your general schedule, then yes, I can give you a heads up when I'm kind of in the mood for it. Because sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not.
Well,
talking to myself gets old.
This week is just like me. I'm going to be playing a lot of 3DS games and just trying to see how they all work.
Mm-hmm.
But next week, I'm definitely gonna have a schedule up because I'm also gonna be like putting in the motions for different things. So next week, definitely, I'm gonna give you like a master list. But this week, if you wanted to stream, just give me a heads up.
I will. This is turning into my this week's like last week is very much a just getting the last couple of things settled. There's no more unpacking to be done, but there's furniture to still be built and stuff like that. And I think I'm gonna have people over sometime this week to assist with that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. So my schedule this week's gonna be a little crazy too. But yeah, next week we can definitely we're definitely kicking a secret stage up another notch.
Yeah, but yeah. With that said,
It'll be a
guys,
lot of fun.
well, yeah. But yeah, like it's been really good. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm really happy with the turn of all these new people. Like I said, like we're gonna be continuing this sometime this week. Tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna start playing a little bit more Monster Hunter. Actually, I kind of also want to play like Yokai Watch while I'm at it as well.
Well, I'll see what my schedule's like tomorrow. Message me when you're gonna go do some Monster Hunter. Maybe I'll jump in on Discord and we can do a proper ramble on. I mean, and this was a technically ramble on, but this is really a catching up.
Yeah, catching up on
stuff.
news. Catching up on news.
Versus kind of just like shooting the crap, which is how the ramble-ons tend to more go. And just talking about stuff and, that we're playing and, whatever else is going on.
Alrighty then. So yeah, 'cause I haven't even eaten dinner yet, so it's like,
I need a little bit of cleanup, so that's the reason I need to jump off.
I left you some links there on our Discord if you want to be terrified.
Okay.
Okay, so with that said, guys, I'll see you later, okay?
Alrighty.
That was Jared, our co-host. He also streams right here on Secret Stage. You'll see him from time to time playing Fallout 4 for the PlayStation 4. He's a really cool guy, as you heard. Please, if you like what you heard with either myself or with Jared, please give us a follow here on Secret Stage. We really appreciate it. We're gonna be streaming more games on the 3DS soon. I might be streaming something tomorrow, definitely. But but the thing is, right now I kind of like there's something in Monster Hunter I need to do some few things offline before I come back online. But before that, I'm gonna start. But after that, I'm gonna be coming back and doing a little bit more streams as well. Yeah. But like I said, please subscribe. Please subscribe or please follow us wherever you're watching us. It really does mean a lot. We're gonna be doing a lot more of these 3DS streams. Like I said, there's gonna be what's called the Secret Stage Classic coming soon, and we're gonna be doing these weekly like battle streams of us playing Pokemon with like in that style. I'm gonna set up the rules within the week or so, and then you guys get like a good feel of what we're gonna be doing, and then we're gonna have a new schedule coming up next week. So. With all that said, guys, please give us a follow, and I will see y'all next stream.